Unbelievable feeling. I lost in the final of the Australian Open early this year, and seeing Yuri holding that trophy above his head, I was really disappointed. But times have changed. 6 months on, and I was holding it up today, and words can't describe how good the feeling is. Winning that match point, it's my greatest achievement of my young career so far, and I'm hoping to keep it going. Well, Cashy won it, and he turned out to be not too bad. So yeah, it's good. Hopefully I haven't got an ATP ranking at the moment. The ultimate goal is ATP points, and the men's Wimbledon soon. So I'm trying to keep level-headed after all the success, and trying to bring this great form that I produced this week onto the futures circuit, and trying to build on my ATP ranking. I was a little bit nervous, to be honest, but I was ready for it. I was ready for the match, and although I didn't get off to the best start there, I was setting a breakdown, but I hung in there, and they were going for him a little bit today, but I had my own spectators up there going for me, and my mates, and a few people from Tennis Australia, which was great, and and winning it, and that point at 4-2 in the third, they couldn't believe how loud it was, almost deafening. So unbelievable atmosphere out there. I didn't think I felt like I did too much wrong up to a set and a breakdown. I think it was just breakpoint conversions. I think we had the same amount, but he just took his chances a little more. So I didn't hit the panic button. I knew I was still in the match. He wasn't blowing me away, and I wasn't. Well, it's fair to say I wasn't playing my best tennis either. I wasn't serving great. I was making too many unforced errors. So I just hung in there, and I think my composure under pressure this week's put me in great stead. So I just try to keep that going today. When I broke back, I try to lift the intensity a little bit, and let him know I'm still there and fighting. He maybe crumbled a little bit at the end of the second. Hit a few old faults, and his serve hit the shambles a little bit. But I think the third set I really stepped it up, and try to keep my energy and intensity going. And I served a lot better. Started to pump the fist a little bit to my box and stuff, and my mates. So. I thought at 5-2 match point, I thought it was going to be a little bit harder than that. I thought he was going to put up a bit more of a fight, but I played a great point, hit a great return, and hit the smash away, and just filled with joy.